Hey YouTube! Today I am going to show you my Holy Grail foundations, but there's three, but I use two of them as one. I mix them together. So okay, I'm going to show you my everyday foundation, Holy Grail foundation, and then my Holy Grail foundation for going out, which I do prefer, but it's a bit too full coverage for everyday work, school. Okay, so my school foundation is the number 7 Essential Moisture, and mine is in 20 blonde. It says that it gives a medium coverage for an even dewy finish. I don't think it gives a dewy finish. I just think it looks like skin, and excuse my face because I don't actually have any of these foundations on today. I have a powder foundation on because I'm not going out today, so I didn't really want to have to do the full works. And if I look different, I've just dyed my hair dark, so that's why. This just kind of gives a skin finish. It's really, really nice. It looks natural. It just looks like you've got slightly better skin than you already have. I'd say it's a tinted moisturiser for those people that are scared of tinted moisturisers. It just gives a bit more coverage. What I would say is I don't know whether it's still stocked. I think I bought this last year and I kind of forgot about it, and then I was going through my makeup and I found it was at the bottom, and I found it and I started using it again because I remember that I really used to like it, but then I started trying new foundations and I just forgot about it. But it is a really good foundation if you can get your hands on it. Number 7, if you're in England, is stocked in Boots, obviously, because it's a Boots brand. If you're in America, I believe that it's sold in Target, but don't quote me on that, I'm not sure, but that's where I think it's sold. I wouldn't say that it really moisturises, but then it's not drying either. I have a lot of foundations for oily skin that really dry my skin out. But this one doesn't. It's just like another layer. I can't describe it. It's really, really nice. It doesn't feel like anything. I have been wearing foundation since I was 13. I know that's pretty young, but I just got into makeup early. So I don't really know how to judge how heavy a foundation is just because I'm used to wearing thick foundations. They don't feel like anything to me. But my mum used to use this as well. She's since got into the Revlon Colour Stay because she likes heavier coverage. But she used to love this, and she said that her perfect foundation would be if this was made a little bit. If this had more coverage, then it would be my mum's perfect foundation because she likes the Colour Stay, but she finds that it can cling to dry patches, whereas this doesn't. I get really dry around my mouth, as I've mentioned in previous videos, and this doesn't ever cling to dry patches. So it's really, really good for drier skins. In terms of oil control, if you look after your skin and it's not too oily, what I started doing, and I know this is really, really bad, but I never moisturise my nose or my T-zone unless they get really, really dry. Every night I'll moisturise them, but never in the morning, and that's just so that they don't produce any oil, and that has stopped my shine altogether. I know that probably won't work for everyone, but it just works for me. So if you can have shine free skin without makeup, then this won't create shine, but it won't stop it either. So that's my thoughts. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but that is my school foundation. Okay, my going out foundation. I've got prom Saturday. I've already had a prom. I had a prom in year 11 when I was 16. I'm now 17 and I'm in 6th form, and my 6th form has a prom for the 2 years that you're there. It's really meant for the year above because they're now going to university, but there's never enough people to go, so they always let the younger year go, which is what I'm in. So I'm going to have 3 proms altogether. Year 11 prom when I'm 16, year 12 prom, which is next Saturday, when I'm 17, which I am now, and then next year when I'm 18, that will be my final prom at 6th form. So yeah, so then I'll have left, and then I'll be going to university. So I'll put myself on a mission to not buy any new foundations, but just try and find something, just try and mix all my foundations to try and find something that will last me all night, will be dark enough because I am going to have a fake tan for prom. I'm fake tanning right now, but I haven't really done it that often. I'm using the fake bake. It's like a wash off one, but I'm using the St. Moritz all week, and then I'm going to use the fake bake just to even out any patches, because I'm not too good at fake tanning, but I've done this before and it worked well, so I'm going to do it again. Okay, so my darkest foundation by far is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 in NW15. I know NW15 is like the lightest one they do, but this oxidizes so bad on me. It basically turns bright orange, so I hardly ever use it. I literally would have to fake tan for about a month without washing it off for me to be dark enough to wear this and for it not to look too orange. It's just, I don't know, like I've watched loads of other gurus and they seem to be like a bit, like a tad darker than me, and they're like an NW30 and they look fine and it never goes orange. This just looks so orange on me, and I'm not, I mean I am quite pale, but I wouldn't say I'm like the palest shade, so I don't get why this is so orange on me. So that's my little rant over. But this is really expensive. This cost me £20, which I think is really expensive for a foundation. So I don't know why I put posh accent on them, but I did. I thought I would mix it with my lightest foundation, which is Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour in 005 Light Beige. This is like too light at the moment, so I thought, Megan being a genius, if I was to mix my lightest foundation with my darkest foundation, that I would have a perfect match. And this is the best foundation I've ever found. By mixing them together, I find that the Studio Fix doesn't oxidise as bad, and I'm lightening down the base of it anyway because I'm using a much lighter foundation. Also, this has much more of a pink undertone, which I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it is much more pink. And this is much more yellow, so they kind of counteract each other a bit, so I get much more of a neutral base because I'm neither pink or yellow, I'm neutral. Does that make sense? So by mixing them together, I'm getting like a better base colour for myself. Also, I find that the Studio Fix Fluid can cling to dry patches. It's very much like the Revlon Colour Stay. It just clings to dry patches, whereas this I find makes me a little bit oily. So again, I've mixed them together, they kind of counteract each other. So now I just get more of like a natural / dewy finish rather than too dry or too greasy. I don't really know what else to say. For me, it stays on all day. It doesn't oxidise because, as I've already said, the Maybelline kind of helps it to stop oxidising. Okay, Better Match doesn't oxidise, lasts all day. Okay, the reason I don't wear this every single day, I do think that you can kind of see it a bit more. I went out yesterday shopping with 2 of my friends, and every time I looked in the mirror, I liked it because it made me look much more polished, but I could tell I was wearing makeup, which is why I don't like wearing it for school. For school, I like to look a bit more natural, which is where the number 7 comes in. Whereas when I'm going out of a night, I want to kind of look a bit more, not like I have makeup on, but I want to look a bit more, you know, airbrushed. These provide much better coverage. This gives like a medium coverage, this gives full coverage. I have used this as a concealer before when I was fake tanning. I use this as a concealer and it's really, really good. So yeah, so for prom, that's what I'm going to be using because I have freckles, which I'm sure you can probably see. I have freckles and this covers it. I have like blemishes, this covers it. Yeah, I'll use it under my eyes as well, which this is great for under the eyes. It doesn't like crease or anything. If I use this underneath my eyes, it looks really, really dry, and I have to use a really thick eye cream beforehand if I want to use it underneath my eyes. Because sometimes if I'm like staying at somebody's house, then I don't really want to like have to carry everything. Whereas, which is where like a foundation like this will come in because it sets like a powder. So if you're staying like somewhere and you can't take very much makeup, then like if you can find a good skin match for this, then it's really good because it can act as a concealer. For me, it does anyway. If you layer it up a bit. and it does set like a powder, but you have to have decent skin. You can't have really, really dry skin. If you have oily skin, then this is fantastic. I think I've just about covered everything. If you have any more questions, oh, okay, prices. I think this is about £10 or £11, which is quite expensive. I always think number 7 is a bit overpriced, but it is a nice product. So, and if you can get those £5 off vouchers, then it's only like £5 or £6. So, try and get the £5 off voucher. That's only in the UK, not in the US. God, this looks a state. The Maybelline, I believe, is £7.19 because for some reason that number stays in my head. Yeah. I really like this foundation. I just use this on its own in the winter, but I'm a bit too dark for it at the moment. And this one, as I said, it might be £19, so it's £19 or £20, which is obviously by far the most expensive, but I don't know, it's nice to have a bit of luxury, I guess. Okay, so that was everything. That was my Holy Grail foundations for day and night. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!